Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. In an unexpected twist, I did get permission from D3Fo to stream, so that makes everyone. And thank you for your patience if you were waiting along there. But yeah, exciting. Get to bring you a Terra Mystica game in a competitive format. So, we have a Darklings, Halflings, where my pastor's gonna go, yeah, exactly. We have a Darklings, Halflings, Mermaids, Giants matchup. So the Darklings are sandwiched, but the Darklings generally do okay with that. Oh, wow. So the auction ended way earlier than I expected. Zoras and I made out like bandits getting Darklings and Halflings. Yeah. So mermaids are definitely not a close competitor to Darklings and Halflings here. This is a round 4 spade game, which is one of the extreme types of games in Terra Mystica, where the scores go really high. So I would expect both Zoras and I to easily clear 150 here if we don't make any critical mistakes. And I would expect mermaids to be closer to 130 and giants probably 120. This is not going to be close for giants and mermaids without looking at player skill. I think just literally just based on the factions in this matchup, I think that sandwich darklings don't really care because they like to be east and mermaids like to be west. And halflings being on the edge of a sandwich, and with spades round 4, this is just going to be a wild game. I think brown and black just are in very strong positions here. Giants starting west. One reason I like Darklings a bit more than Halflings is because of the player order. While I'm probably not going to get the priest tile, I'm probably going to end up with Culture Dwellings bonus for round 1. I mean, it's possible mermaids take power shipping. Shipping bonus, not temporary shipping. I would greatly expect wait a second. Giants probably take worker power, and halflings get the opening spade. That's pretty nice for them. Excuse me. Halflings placing east for their second dwelling is a bit interesting. I can cut them off. But they are isolated there. And I kind of like that if I go center. If I go center, I need to take the blue hex next to the center very quickly. But halflings will easily dig this yellow. Giants going center-west is very interesting. My choices here are pretty limited. I do need adjacency to someone for the cheaper opening trading post, unfortunately. So, could I survive going double east? And could I get a Sanctuary in round 1? Is it even possible? It's something I would like to stretch for if I can. Uh... Man, I'm really concerned. What are Giants going to do? They are a wild card here. Center could be cut off from a town, and East could create long-term problems with creating 2 towns. I don't know where Zoras would go, and yeah, okay. That's a tough decision, honestly. This one guarantees me good early leech. And without a temporary shipping tile, it's going to be an interesting dynamic in round 4 to decide where all the digs are going. Also, this way, I might be enticing Zoras to use a bonus spade on this black hex to get 2 dwellings for 1 spade instead of taking this yellow hex, which I'll try to jump into as soon as possible. I really do want to throw my opening priest on a cult. But I'll see who ends up with the opening bonus priest. I think Zoras might be taking it and throwing it on air. Giants might do that also. And that means worker power could go to mermaids, and then I still probably have to take the cult bump. And I think I would put it on water. Giants took worker power, and Zoras did take the spade. We'll see if mermaids take the priest or not. I would have to expect they do, yeah. So I have cult bonus or 2 coins with a couple points on it, depending on what I choose my opening to be. I think the coins are just safer. And I'll upgrade here to start. Instead of throwing a priest to water. My idea is that I'll throw a priest to water next round. Or I could this round now. But the early leech has been the play, apparently. Honestly, if I can get a temple and 2 3-spot priests, that's pretty darn good also. I could try for a little bit of fancy play syndrome where I take air 2 for the extra worker in round 1. Alright, I'm interested to see what Giants' plan for their power is. I mean, obviously they're going to build a stronghold in round 1. It's pretty wasteful as Giants to not build a stronghold in round 1. I kind of thought when mermaids took a priest that they would first move priest to water, but I'm glad they didn't. The fact that dwellings come after spades is pretty nice for halflings, generally. There aren't any cult-focused factions, which would matter a lot. Okay, giants do take double dig. This is reasonable. I think it's a good move, actually. I'll send my priest to water. And then, depending on what mermaids do with their priest, they're going to defer decisions on it. So now I think I'm going to put my cult bump on Earth because of the coins event in round 4. Just like, it's going to be pretty contested, I feel. Mermaids are deciding. Oh no, they have to wait for giants to declare if they're leeching or not before they decide which favor they're taking. But it would be very surprising if they don't take Earth 1. And it would be very surprising if giants didn't accept the leech also. And it says mermaids went offline, but I don't really trust that. I think they're probably online. Oh. Took water 1 as mermaids. That's interesting. Water 1 trading post scoring, not what you usually see in round 1. Alright, quick math. If I get... Yeah, I'm 4 workers short of a sanctuary. I have enough coins. Zoras does dig away that yellow hex from me, which I think is okay. I think I'll be okay with that in the long run. As long as I can get to the yellow above the western giants here. To get 4 more workers, that's 4 full power, that's 10 full power, so I need to leech 10 more, or get 10 more power somehow. Unlikely to say the least. Right now, yeah. Well, no, I only need to leech 8 more power. 2, 4... Yeah, it's not happening. I don't have a way to get 8 more power. So I'm not getting a sanctuary, which means I'll be getting a temple, which is fine. And it means I probably want to take the priest power action to see if I can jam a priest onto Earth right now. Sadly, mermaids take the 2 workers action. I can just raw convert a worker. But they also didn't put a priest to Earth, which is a bit interesting. Zoras is having a good round 1. If he builds a dwelling here, that signals he's not taking Earth 1 either. Which means I don't have to take Earth 1. I can take Fire 1 or Air 2 or Earth 2 if Zoras is not taking Earth 1 right now, and then I'd build a Sanctuary in round 2, because Darklings always want to do that, and on the Sanctuary I would take Earth 1. Giants are also not going to take Earth 1 because they need to build their Stronghold. Zoras does decline building a dwelling, though maybe I could just take that path anyway because mermaids have already declined to take Earth 1. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I can take a look at these guys' elos. Mine's around 440. Zoras is probably near 600. 236 for Defo and 331 for Leon. Okay. So a stronghold indeed for Giants. Priest Earth. Oof. Leon took the power action as 2/3 of a dig. Generally not a great move in round 1. Not recommended. Or round 2, or like round 3. It's just really difficult to sacrifice so many workers for 1 hex. Zoras takes Earth 2. That's what I was thinking of doing also. Alright, so I am okay on coins. I'm going to be good on workers. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my power. I could take coins. Four power for 7 coins is like the top action of the game, really. I probably just need to save it for workers so I can make sure that I can get my sanctuary next round. I need 1 worker with power anyway, but I'm getting 4 more power this round from Colts, because I'm going to be taking Earth 2, then Earth 1 next round, and then I can bump water. Yeah, okay. I'd be pretty surprised if mermaids don't send their priest to air this round. But I mean, I was surprised that I got both water and earth. Zoras is going to have a very good round. Temple and 4 dwellings is going to be really hard to stop as halflings, honestly. But I really like what I've done on the cult so far. This was what I perceived an advantage for Darklings being over halflings. I'm going to get 4 coins from the round 2 event. I'm going to get a priest from the round 3, or a spade from the round 3 event, a priest from the round 5 event, or maybe 2. I've set myself up to get 2. And then like 3 extra coins from the round 4 event. So I think I've set myself up pretty decently here in terms of cults. And early power is tremendously valuable also. In terms of a round 2 pass tile, I am hoping to get... Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Round 2 pass tile, I'm hoping to get worker power. So I should be passing ahead of Zoras if he builds all of his dwellings, which I would expect. So now this spot is kind of like deactivated for a town. I'm probably not getting this black hex because mermaids are already able to ship there. And this gray hex, pretty questionable. Giants can probably dig it on their way to more red hexes. So giants pass out. Mermaids, I hope, don't take worker power, but if they do, I guess I can take priest ahead of Zoras. Zoras doesn't have to build this dwelling. I would definitely build that dwelling if I were him, but I'm curious to see what he does, because I would rather trust his intuition than mine. Alright, it's finally time to make this temple. And it's Earth 2 for me. Mermaids pass and do take worker power. I'm going to have a dig with my pass tile no matter what, because I'll either take Zoras' dig and 2 coins or the priest. Both Zoras and I are going to be quite good on workers now. I think Zoras is going to win. This opening with Earth 2, pretty good. And the fact that Giants decided to dig this hex instead of, say, this one or this one, which both seem to do better with guaranteeing town spaces. At least to my current eyes. I've literally never played Giants, though. Literally 0 times in any format. They are one of the weaker factions, so... Zoras must be deciding on whether to pass or not. Because he could take 7 coins, and I think that's a very strong play also. But if he takes 7 coins, then he doesn't have enough power to get the last dwelling down. Both are strong. Passing for the priest is also good. Passing for dwellings is also good. He has good options here. The priest comes with 2 coins if he can send it to a cult. He does take the priest, and given that I'm passing last, I should take 7 coins when I can. I'm 1 power short of a worker that I would need for a sanctuary. So instead of taking priest, I could take... Or instead of taking dig, I could take power ship. But I think I have a relative advantage on coins this game, and I don't really want to give that to anyone else. Last thing to check, if I power a priest, dig, and then I'll have 5-3-0 and a priest, and I won't be able to make a worker. Okay. This is fine. Nobody getting air cult's a bit weird. Oh, I did have that priest that I get, so I technically have a 4th worker, but I'd really rather not use workers that way. If I can get the workers' power action, that would be great. I don't have a huge rush to get my sanctuary up. The rush would be claiming Earth 1 before halflings. Or literally no one has taken Earth 1 yet. So and nobody has a trading post. So it's like mermaids and halflings can both take it if they build a sanctuary this round. Hey Marushka, how you doing? Um, this is Terra Mystica. This is a little change. I was feeling more into playing this. The arena mode started with season 1. They're out of beta on arena mode now for Terra Mystica, or for Board Game Arena. So this actually is like a competitive system. Hopefully. So in short, what's going on? So we are trying to claim land and build buildings, and all of this gives us point salad. And with our point salad, we try to get a bunch of points and get more points than everyone else. And points are literally everywhere. But the best way to get points is build a bunch of buildings, get points for building buildings, and yeah. Yeah, it's no, this is like chess in a lot of ways. It's perfect information. Yeah, easy, just make more points. Exactly, you get it. You'll do fine in this game. You know how to make points. Don't worry about points early, and then worry about points late. Defo opens with coin power action, seems fine. I like that I perceive the weakest faction to get the best bonus. Zoras getting 2 priests already means he could take the coin power action, but I would expect him to want to keep setting up his engine. If I get the workers power action, I will still have enough power for the priest power action, which would be fantastic. Mermaids take double dig. Makes a lot of sense. So in typical Terra Mystica games, there's a race for Earth 1. Earth 1 is, like, all else equal, the best favor in the game. But with the giants in the game, mermaids taking water 1 first to get 2 extra power. It's an interesting opening. It's possible Zoras was expecting to get the coins power action. Instead, he throws a priest to Earth. Okay. I will get my workers that I pretty desperately need, honestly. And then try to jam a priest in there with power action also. Because I do want to have 5 or 6 priests in round 4 for digging. And I'll be doing that by having hopefully 4 or 5 to start with, getting a power action, getting the town tile. If I can pull off all of that, then it's going to be a pretty monstrous round 4 for me, but an even bigger round 4 for Zoras, I would expect. I'm currently expecting Zoras to win this game by a decent margin over me, and then me to be higher than mermaids to be higher than giants. Zoras is going for a temple, it looks like. I want to avoid giving him leech. I'm not sure if I can. Should I go for a temple? The sanctuary is fantastic for darklings. It's only one of 2 sanctuaries in the game that produce 2 priests instead of 1, the other being swarmlings. And letting the sanctuary produce 2 priests means I don't have to put up a second temple, and when I don't put up a second temple, I get to keep a dwelling on the board, which keeps my worker income going. But anyway, after I take a priest here by burning 2 power, I will be building my sanctuary. And I'm still okay on Earth 1 because even if giants build a temple, which looks very likely here, and Zoras building a temple, I'll be... mermaids are not going to have enough to build their sanctuary, and they don't have a trading post, so I will be safe for Earth 1. And 160 power after I leech off of Zoras and get the bump to 7 cult. Yep, and indeed, we see Defoe taking a temple, and either Water 1 or Earth 1 are both totally fine for giants here. If I'm at 160, I might be able to squeeze 1 more dwelling down. That would be great, actually, if I can manage that. Sanctuary and 3 dwellings after round 2 is totally fine. That's like a typically good Darkling start. Yeah, let's go for that. Burning down to 4 is also totally fine with Darklings. Darklings don't need the expensive power actions for digs. They generate their own. Oh, and a little tiny tidbit here. The difference between Priest and this tile for me is 2 points by digging with the Priest versus 2 coins digging with a Spade and just the 2 coins that come on the bonus tile. And trading a point for a coin in the early game is probably slightly favorable for the coin side, honestly. Early points in Terra Mystica just don't matter. Like, you just want to jam in all your points in rounds 4, 5, and 6. Thank you to the loud motorcycles outside right now. This is very helpful. I'm sure you all are enjoying it. Mermaids build a dwelling. Looks fine. Giants might actually end up doing better than mermaids here. Mermaids not taking Earth 1, I don't think will help them enough in the long game. Halflings do indeed build a temple. I will leech 2. And take Earth 1. And then build the dwelling. It's good sequencing by Zoras. I will build a sanctuary and take Earth 1. The only reason why I wouldn't spend 3 power on a worker here is if I can use my power for coins next round, if I can get the 4 for 7 action ahead of someone else. So I'll be watching for that, but I would expect Zoras to also be pretty aggro on it. I would also expect Zoras to be sending a priest to fire or air here. Either 3 spot seems good. I think now that we've both established that we're in good spots for like fighting between first and second, I would expect him to fight me on cults plenty. We have no prescribed time for making towns, so... Mermaids taking the cult bump instead of dwelling points, a bit interesting. Now I'm being attacked on the Earth cult, because it's 4 coins for that priest. Definitely a good deal. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Oh, and I'm actually a coin short of being able to build a dwelling. Nix that plan. I could send a priest to Earth, but I would have to beat Zoras for a town because you need a town before you can get to step 10, and that's not seeming very likely given that my sanctuary is a bit questionable there. In terms of power situation, mermaids are making no power, so they are one leech short of getting the power action. Giants are making 4 power plus whatever they get here. So if they take one of the 3 power bonuses, then they can take the coins action. I'm actually not sure if Zoras is better off building a temple in this round. It's good, but I'm not sure if like spending the 4 workers on that versus just saving them for round 4 is better. Uh, but this is just something I'm not an expert at, I will have to admit. Okay, and then passing here seems good. As mentioned, I'm a bit short on coins to be able to build another dwelling. But taking worker power and getting coins power action seems quite good, actually. I get the worker from what I would have built a dwelling with, and yeah. Next round is a trading post round, but being round 3, it's still slightly early to get points aggressively. I don't expect Zoras will be doing it either because we're both on the Spades plan for making a ton of points. One thing I can try to keep beating Zoras in is connection points. I would expect Zoras to try to connect north, along the north here. This is good for both his faction and mine. Stars are points here, yeah. Points are stars here, and in terms of like tiles, if you see like the squares with a number in them, those are points bonuses. The average final score can vary a lot. In a low scoring setup, like if the random stuff is on the lower end, a winning score can be something like 130 or 135. In a high scoring setup, such as Spades round 4 or Towns round 5, Towns round 6, the winning score can be 160. Big games can be 170 or 180. I would expect Zoras to be scoring about 165 here. This looks like a setup for like 165, 170 for him, and probably 155, 160 for me. And that's after considering the auction where Zoras and I both paid less than 10 points for the best 2 factions on this board. Mermaids paid like 6 points for not a great mermaid setup. I was saying earlier how mermaids often overvalue the shipping tile and even doubled water bonuses. Mermaids love this pass tile, shipping value multiplied by 3 at the end of the round, because they are the unique faction that can go more than 3 on the shipping track. They can go up to 5, so they could pass for 15 points if they set it up right. But mermaids, to get their shipping up to 5, they need to do a lot. It's a lot of work to get there. And it's not always the best thing. Oh no! Mermaids built a trading post and Giants got enough leech to take the coins action. Burning down to 4 is not great for them, though. And they only have 2 workers. So I'm not really convinced they'll take the coins action. I think this is a working theory I have. I haven't looked at it too closely. But a working theory I have is whoever takes 4 power for 7 coins, if they beat the other players by a lot in doing it, it's a very good predictor of winning. This is not just a great trade-off between power and coins, because often in the game you'll be trading one power for one coin as like a free action. This also denies coins to the table. This is a relatively average or above average coin setup because of Spades round 4, which always comes with a coin per earth bump, and because of the priest to 2 coins event that happened last round, and 3 of us got 4 coins off of it. Coins are usually the most critical resource, so to have the most of it is pretty valuable. Giants indeed go dwelling here, and they're 1 dwelling away from getting a town. Zoras can leech 4 for 3, and leeching, like I said earlier, you do not care about points this early. Zoras should absolutely take this 4 for 3, unless he has a really weird plan. As mentioned, I will burn 1 and get my 7 coins. So I'm making 2 priests. Oh, and Zoras nabs that hex. Yeah, makes sense. So he can now connect north or south. Well, south I'm kind of blocking off, so maybe not. But he could dig this green hex. Like, digging doesn't matter for him and I. Like, we're just going to be digging a lot more than we're actually building our structures. Zoras has done a better job of it, obviously, so far, but... I would really like my shipping to get to 1 at some point to try to connect on the south, but I'm not actually convinced it matters here. I think by endgame I'll want 2 towns, and I don't really need to include my sanctuary in one of them if I can get to the South Island here. I should be able to get 4 hexes down here somehow. Halflings are making 6 workers right now. Yeah, they'll have 6 digs, which... Wait, no, they have a free dig here. Yeah, they'll have 6 digs, plus or minus workers from power or town. Okay. I don't have an octagon action this round, which is the first round of the game where that's true. I will take this blue hex just to secure it. And I do need to spend a priest before next round anyway, as I'm making 2 priests. I would really like to get... yeah, and this is obvious for Zoras. What was I going to say? I would really like to get the priest bonus tile and spend another priest here. That would be really nice for my game. I can build a trading post this round. It doesn't really hurt me. Mermaids building their coral reef here is a little interesting. They already have a natural ability to get towns across a river, so this doesn't really help them. The mermaids really like to spend their coral reef on one of these 2 river hexes, so they don't need a bridge to make a town through this way. But maybe mermaids expect that I'm taking this blue hex, but I'm not. Giants take the workers here. They're going to build a trading post and make their town this round. That's good for them. So, let's see. How much do I want to delay? How much do I want a trading post here? I think I want a dwelling first. And then if delaying looks better, I will build a trading post. But I'm expecting to pass for a priest and a coin here. Zoras sending a priest to air, very nice. Still getting that 3 spot on one of Halfling's natural bumps. Mermaid's building a temple and taking fire too to get the first town. I guess they want the two cults town. Like, that's the one that you should rush for. And then use their free cult bump to get to 10. That makes sense. I'm not sure if it's the most valuable thing for them in the long run, but it's definitely a plan. I should remember I get a dig at the end of this round. Don't really know where I'm using it. Probably this blue hex, and then dig onto this yellow. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit difficult for all of you Agricola people that are watching me. I guess if you clarify what is confusing, or if I use a word that you have no idea about, then I will do my best to clarify. So I try not to scroll down much because it's really distracting to view. When your power value of your structures equals 7, and they're all connected by land, you can take a town tile. You have your choice of 14 different tiles. 6 of them are duplicated. This one is almost always the best town tile to take if you're the first to take a town tile out of everyone. You only get 2 points, and points don't really matter this early, and you get 2 bumps on all the cult tracks. And if you're ahead on the cult tracks at the end, you get points. So it's not current points, but it is endgame points. And you also, if you get this town tile early enough, it helps you score on the cult bonuses. Mermaids instead take 6 coins with their town and 5 points, which is a perfectly reasonable early town. If you take an early town, it hopefully helps your economy. So it's either the coins, the workers, or cult bumps, which in turn help you with cult economy. Giants are surely building a trading post here, and I will pass for the priest. I don't need the 3 points. It's fine for me to keep a trading post or a dwelling on the board instead of a trading post because I have 8 coins here and I'm making like 7, 8 more next round at the end of next round. I might dig this green hex black. Giants take the shipping bonus tile. And Zoras Elite is 5 for 4. Brown factions have such a good time in the center of the map here. Like this hex, one of my friends who's very good at Terra Mystica says that this is possibly the best leeching hex in the game, and I think I have to agree. Cultists or halflings building a level 2 structure there and getting leech off of it all game is such a boon. Okay, so I'm making 2 priests naturally, and I can take a third one, and I've spent 2 on the cult track, so I only have 3 more in supply right there. So I will pass here. Be first next round and have 5 priests to dig with. And in this way, partially because Zoras built a temple instead of keeping a dwelling on the board, I will have almost as many digging priests as he will. He has to advance dig twice, still. That's on his to-do list. So I'm not getting any more leech here, which is a bit unfortunate. I'll start next round with 2-4-0 in my power bowls. The time below the flag is the in-game timer. Board Game Arena lets you... it's like a chess clock, basically. So I think this one is like average or whatever it's called. I think this is the average time. and we get like 4 minutes with a 30-second increment or something like that. So I guess it's not a chess clock because you can go above. Yeah, I noticed he's check. You can go above what you started the turn with. So it's like plus 30 seconds at the end of your turn no matter what, and 4 minutes. And you don't get flagged if you go under 0. You just get it into negative, and people can try to kick you if you go negative 20 seconds. Zoras taking 3 power 3 coins. I don't think he's trying to get any points off the shipping event, but 3 power 3 coins is just a fine pass tile regardless. My priest was 1 coin on the tile, and then my priest is worth 4 points this round and gives me a dig, so pretty good flexibility there. It will the connection will be interesting between me and Zoras. We will both, I think, be pretty watchful of where we're both trying to connect. Because at this point, Giants could end up with the biggest network. Round 1 Stronghold gives them a dig every round, so 6 extra digs. They're getting onto a fair bit of their natural red hexes, though Zoras did take one away. So they are a danger in the connection race, but I don't think a huge danger. Maybe I should have built a trading post this round, because it goes dwelling trading post. So the more dwellings I have like open for me in round 5, the better. But I don't want to kill my economy, and my economy is workers first and then coins, just like every other faction. Halflings don't get a bonus dig here, just mermaids. Mermaids will get 2. Their ship value is 1, I think. Yeah, they haven't advanced it yet. So the mermaids are probably going to turn this hex blue and this hex blue, or this one, as the second one. This one seems pretty necessary. Do I dig this blue right now? I probably can. Sure, it doesn't matter if that's going to be my first move anyway. Which it's going to be. Alright, so they go west and east. Okay, good. Works for me. The advantage I have over halflings here is that I don't have to use my workers for digging, so I can just continue expanding outwards. Zoras does get 7 coins, which is fantastic. He'll advance dig twice. He'll have 6 workers left. He might be able to take the 2 workers action, which is 6 points for him. Or getting dwellings down in necessary spots. He could be advancing ship here, too. The halfling special ability, why they're so good with digging, is that their digging advancements cost a lot less than everyone else's. The darklings don't have a dig advance, because they just use priests, but giants have the typical cost of 2 workers, 5 coins, and a priest. Hopefully you can see that. Mermaids have the same cost, but halflings only spend 1 coin instead of 5, so basically they save 8 coins by when they advance their dig normally. So it's Giants' turn. They do have ship 1. So they could try to... They could dig this. They can turn that red. That would suck for mermaids. I think I like... well, It would be great for me, yeah, if Giants dig that red. Um, because it means Giants are going to take this zone uh, for a town, and that also means neither me nor Halflings will be able to connect up north. And I've kind of sealed the south direction. So I think this is going pretty well for me in terms of network. Cults are a little iffy right now. Priest scoring is going to be good for now. I'm going to build 2 trading posts, get a town and the priest town, which will be 9 points and a priest, and the priest is 4 points, so it's like 13 points. This also means I can try to dig this. But let me get my town first and see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't really matter here. Also, if I spend a priest on Earth and take the 8-point town tile instead of a priest, I'm down 2 priests compared to where I want to be, but I do win the Earth cult. And get 3 more coins. So 3 coins for 8 points. But I swing. The difference between first place on the Earth cult and second is 4 points. So I would swing 8 points against Zoras. Giants are doing quite well here. Incredibly surprising, to be honest. They do have a natural advantage of being away on the color wheel from everyone, but it might be time to be scared of them. They've gotten the double dig power action quite a lot. They do send a priest to Earth, which is probably a good play. Yeah, it's early. I'm getting a lot of points this round and next round. Like, each of these 4 priests is 4 points for me and create space for digging. I'm getting 13 points by making a town this round if I choose that path. I need to decide which town I'm taking. Because so digging, you need to build on your own color, and if a hex is not your color, you need to dig it to your color. And so red is actually 3 digs away from black. You have to go along the color wheel. Each space on the color wheel requires a dig worth of transformation. And this is the round where digs are 2 points. If I take the 2 cult bumps town, I will get 2 power, which is enough for me to make a priest with power, which I wouldn't have otherwise been able to do, so I'm not sure I lose a priest there. I just turn 7 points from the town tile into the cult swing. So yeah, I think I'll go for that. Should I? Spamming digs is kind of silly without space to do it. It doesn't matter at all which spot I do there. So as of now, I have 5 of my dwellings to build next round. Did Zoras already advance once? Yeah, okay, he did. So these are his 6 digs. I'm surprised he hasn't taken the 2 workers action. I definitely would have, but he definitely knows what he's doing. Yep, Giant's dig to lock down that northern continent. Not enough stuff to build a dwelling with, but he'd rather build dwellings next round anyway. Ooh, I get to leech here. Yes, please. I think I'll do something silly, like turn this gray hex black to burn off my priests very quickly. Yeah, and I don't need to build a dwelling. So I could still decide to take a priest power action, but I'm also leaning towards taking... Well, mermaids might leave the dwelling scoring behind if they pass, and I pass right after them. So that could be fantastic for me. I don't think that... yeah, I'll just pass right after mermaids. If I don't get to use a priest, that's okay. I'll be aiming for 2nd place on network behind giants. If I can block off halflings in the south, which is looking pretty likely at this point. So I'll try to get on the south island next round. Okay, so the only way Zoras can take the Earth Cult from me is if he builds a Sanctuary and takes Earth 3 as of now. I should really lock it up. The tempo of locking it up should be pretty nice. So instead of digging, I think I'll be... Yeah, instead of digging, I'll be priest to earth for 1. Which is a little sad, but it's not that bad. Mermaids indeed lock up the water crack. So it's time for me to lock up the earth track, because I'm passing right after mermaids. And hopefully mermaids take like trading post scoring, so when I pass right after them, I can do it again the round after. Zoras advances ship. Not really expected he'll get 3 points from it. I guess he just wants to get down here. I can just block him off by going onto this hex. And I can try to build a town up here, perhaps. Or I can try to get these two hexes and bridge them. That would have to be pretty sneaky, though. Giants have a shipping, and they can reach both hexes. They don't really need those hexes, though. Alright, so again, the plan is if mermaids take another action, I will do the priest power action. Oh, giants passing. They take the trading post bonus. Giants are making 5 power. They will have enough to take the coins action. So that's what's happening first move for giants. They're taking the coins. Kind of curious to see where Zoras goes with this. There's an interesting line where he digs north. Mermaids do pass, so I was worried about giants taking the dwelling scoring, but I don't see how Zoras avoids spending his 8 workers. He saved up all game for this, so I just need to make sure I pass in front of Zoras. But if he doesn't spend most of his workers, it would be extremely sad for him. I would expect that I'm getting this. I just have to be really. I have to take like one less chance than I want to, I think. And then do I want to build another dwelling? I probably do. I'm getting 10 coins from the cult event. That's really fun. Zoras does take this red hex. He's gonna take this red hex next and go north. I accept. How many power am I making? I'm making 3. I don't like that Zoras is now going to be connecting north. Giants could spite dig up here. Let's see. I will dig this. And not build a dwelling. And then build a dwelling here next turn. Assuming. Well, no. Zoras is going to burn 3 of his workers. He might be willing to pass. Is he willing to pass? Those are 6 points. But the difference here is like more than 6 points. Okay, so I'll pass. I have enough workers. So I believe I got 20 points off of the dig event, 10 from the specific event, and 10 from my faction ability. Pretty good. My cult standing is pretty nice. Zoras's is almost just as good. Zoras now digging south. This also makes sense, so that he can just connect through here. And he'll beat me there, I would expect. I'm going to have a lot of resources to start next round. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 10 coins is 14, plus 4 is 18 coins, 4 workers, plus 5 more is 9 workers. I'll have 9, 18, and 2 priests. And I have 5 dwellings to build. All I really need now is another town spot. $18 coins might sound like a lot, but it's really not. There is no such thing as too many coins in Terra Mystica, for the most part. My power situation is going to be 3 in each of bowls 2 and 3 for me, which means I have enough to take a power priest action. My first action is probably dig this, or build here. Zoras, instead of building a dwelling, dug that black. Fine. It's a bit weird he didn't turn this brown first to guarantee connection. But his connection is pretty safe at this point, I would say. In terms of pass tile, he's probably taking the spade. It's only 1 worker for him, but the 3 coins are better than the 3 power, and the priest isn't really necessary. Yep. Zoras only has 1 more dwelling to build. He has to build trading posts. I think I definitely need a second town if I'm going to win. And as mentioned, I have a small possibility of doing it up here and a more realistic possibility of doing it down here, but that fights halflings. So we'll see how that goes. I'm 4 moves away from taking both of these hexes, which is my goal if I can manage it. I don't expect to. Mermaids build that, dig and make that green. I have the coins available to me because the giants built a dwelling with their first move. I mean, this is see coins, take coins. Screw the priest. I'm probably not beating halflings in the south anyway. Maybe I'll build up north for a town. I'll figure something out. So if I build 5 dwellings, that is 20 points. Let's see, and that'll cost 10 coins, 5 workers, and no priests, or enough priests to get enough black hexes. Maybe I don't have enough priests to do it. That would be unfortunate. Halflings make a sanctuary. They are possibly getting a town here. This is the round where I start considering if 3 for 2 is worth it. Before this round, it's like automatically going to be worth it. Yeah, I think I will accept it. And now I'm 2 power off of getting a priest. More like 3. I'd rather get 3 power. Zoras takes water 1. There's 1 copy of water 1 left, and giants are probably going to take it. And I think that's okay. I've had my 2 trading posts up for a while. I don't need them for next round, as nice as it would be. Alright, so I build here. Are you guys cheating on this stream with an Agricola stream? Zoras still only has 1 dwelling to build. Just trying to understand my farm. Right. So the one thing I don't like for Zoras is that he doesn't have a dwelling to place right now. He'll have to build a trading post first, and then doesn't really have resources for more than 1 dwelling. Both he and I had a surprisingly low amount of points going into this round, though. Typically, I would have expected the digging factions to end round 4 with like 70 or 80, and we were both like 40 and 50 in there. Giants are still ahead on the point track, but their network isn't looking fantastic. It's looking fine. It's not looking great, though. Did they end up with Earth 1? Yeah, they did, right? Yeah, that's good. Gets another double dig power action. And does dig brown. So I still have a chance to disrupt halflings in the south. Advanced ship, go here. I would need a priest power action. I would need to get a priest from nowhere. And I'm making at least 4 priests next round with my sanctuary, and oof. That is 1 spot lower than a free priest. Which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. How I did not realize that would happen. Leon does 3 workers for a spade, and I've already talked about how that's not ideal. I will advance my shipping. My coin situation compared to halflings is extremely good. I will say that. I have a giant economy. Let's see. So this is probably 2 workers for Zoras. Oh no, 6 coins. I'm gonna build here. Yeah, not being able to take 2 workers for digs is unfortunate for halflings. I still don't quite think giants have enough to win this. Leo converted 2 priests to workers for no apparent reason? Alright, I just need 1 more power, but I don't see where I'm getting it from unless mermaids magically make this a trading post. Yeah. I do have an option. Whoa, I have a really funny option here. I can make a stronghold. Whoa, that's a weird option. So if I make a stronghold, I get the Darkling special ability to convert workers to priests. So it's a question of how much I think like Defo is ahead. Oh, I should make a temple this round, and that way I get water 1, and that'll be good. Okay. So I think if I don't get a leech, I'll just have to suck it up. Giants turn a black hex red. Okay, yeah, so they're cutting off the north. No, this is going to be too hard to pull off. I'd have to, like, yeah, okay. Rip this idea. I'll go north to make a town. So I'll advance my ship 1 more time by the end of the round. Temple, favor 10. That's water 1. Defo converts 2 workers to 2 coins this turn and doesn't build a dwelling. I think that might be a interface mistake. The Giants just aren't that strong. They are perpetually one of the weaker factions. They're doing pretty well here. They have outdone my expectations of them. Thinking about my priest count. Yeah, if I make a temple, I'll make 5 priests next round. So I would need to spend all of mine here, but that's not a huge deal. Both these hexes are 3 digs for Zoras, which are tough on his economy. Excuse me. He will be making 9 workers in round 6. And honestly, a stronghold is a good option for him because the stronghold gives him 3 free digs, lets him build his landscape after using the 3 digs from the stronghold. So I think this will work out for him fine. I might be playing for second at this point. I can still connect in the south if I end up getting this green hex, but in general, that's not going to be a great option for me. I only have 7 connected structures here. Zoras, 3 plus eventually 4 here for a town is 7, 8, 13. And Giants at, what is this, 10 here and 2 here is 12. Mermaids at 4 plus 5 is 9, 12. So while they all have coin troubles, Mermaids do get that pass tile, so I am passing after Giants now. That's actually great for me. I need to pass right after Giants do. Which means I do the most important thing right now, which are either temple or dwelling. Both of them are about equal. Actually, I could pass after either of them and be fine. Yeah, I can pass after either of them and be fine. So there is still a water one, yeah. So that'll give me points and a priest, which is also points. Advance ship, build. Advancing shipping's a little sad right now. Ooh, yes. Can I still nab that gray hex above my sanctuary? Which would be this. I would also need a bridge. Yeah, it turns out this advanced ship, I mean, it's okay. It gives me more options to get black hexes. Giants continue to do better than I expect. Okay, they're having coin problems, though. And mermaids are making 4 power next round, 3 there, 1 here. So they'll have... Oh, they're short for the coins action. Okay, I do need to build this dwelling. That's, like, almost completely necessary. So yeah, my 2 potential towns are here with a bridge and up here with a ship advance. I do need to get rid of this priest. Send it to air, probably. Nope, that doesn't work. I would need to send for 1 instead of 2. I need the priest back in my supply. I mean, dig this to green. Yeah. It would be a pretty obvious statement of what I'm doing, but I don't think that really matters. Zoras sends a priest to Earth. That's very fair. It is that part of the game where we have to consider cults pretty heavily. Giants probably are taking an air bump too with their priest. It's that or fire. I guess either of them make good sense. Zoras is going to take a power action to delay, I think. Because both giants and halflings really, really want to pass after the other one. But Zoras will be able to stall him out. So giants are going to pass, then halflings are going to pass, and I'm going to wait. What was I talking about earlier? I have to turn my priest into a worker and pass if giants pass here. I don't have time. I need to get that trading post bonus scoring. It's a little sad. Whoops. Okay, great. This is risky for a lot of reasons, but I think it's the right play. The dig doesn't really help me anywhere else. Zoras could also pass here and get the 7 coins power action to lead off next round. That's also pretty good for him. As the second player, because mermaids aren't having enough power. We covered that. So I'm sure he's weighing that difference. Giants, they're making 5. Actually, they're going to be short also. But if Zoras stalls with a power action, he'll be short. Yeah, this is a tricky one, actually. Either Zoras passes now and gets the 7 coins power action, or he passes after me, gets dwelling points, bonus tile, and I get the 7 coins power action. He passes now. Okay, great. That is pretty nice for me. If I... I would like to get another dwelling down because of how those are points this round. And it adds another worker into my economy. Giants take worker power coin, I assume. And that would force Zoras into taking power action first. Yeah, okay. So I have my ideal pass tile guaranteed. I'm going last here, so let's see. If I priest, advance ship, and build a dwelling, yeah, that works. It's not ideal. But digging that blue is pretty silly. I could have also made a bridge, but I'm making 9 workers, 2 coins, 2 power, and 5 priests. I might have coin problems. 10 workers. But I've gotten within 10 on the points track now, so... Yeah, this is the problem with dwellings coming before trading post, is that everybody has coin problems, and I'm currently very happy to have gotten the 4 coins action as much as I have. So I have enough digs for my town, but I don't think I have enough coins. Unless I do it here. I probably have enough resources to make a town there if I don't get bridge blocked, but mermaids want the bridge also, and they have power. Yeah, this is a very nice hex for Zoras. He doesn't take the 7 coins, though. Meaning giants get it? Giants take a town first. Wow, so mermaids are getting 7 coins? What is happening? Well, if mermaids get the 7 coins, they don't need a bridge. So I'm happy with that. This has to be the coin town, right? I'm assuming 19 total resources is enough for me, so could be wrong. Whoa! That is terrible news for me. Oh, man. That's good game for Zoras. Wow. The coin's power action should not be the 6th action of round 6. Wow. That's a steal for Zoras. Alright, well, that kills me for a town. So I'm just going to close out my game by building some structures. And possibly take 3rd place here. I don't see how you don't take 7 coins there, but it's okay. That'll do it. That will do it. I mean, I did have to take a chance anyway. That's just not how I wanted it to go. Okay. Time to de-tilt and figure this out. So I do want to build 3 trading posts, so that costs 6 workers, 9 coins. Nice. So I have 16, 18 resources, and I need 15, so I have 3 spare workers. And 3 spare... yeah, okay. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Where do I want to... Yeah, this is why advancing shipping ended up being a really bad idea. Could have used those resources better. I'll just upgrade to a trading post now. This one. Each trading post I build is 8 points. 3 from the round, 3 from my favorite tile, 2 from the past tile. If giants throw a priest to fire, then I will be forced to do so. And network, I'm just assuming I'm going to end up with third, or fourth rather. Mermaids have an easy time connecting. They just need to advance ship one more time. No, they don't. And they have 12 structures. Giants have 9, like 12 connected structures. Once they advance ship one more time, they have a double dig left, so 13. And halflings 7, 8, 13 pretty easily. Yeah. So it looks like I need to win this game on the points track, which is clearly unlikely. I do currently have first, second, third on the cults, which will be good for 18 points. But those aren't guaranteed endgame points. Oh, and mermaids are going to get some towns here, apparently. I would have needed 6 priests to dig these 3. So yeah, it wouldn't have been an option. What are you doing with that? Wouldn't you rather have the... Oh, the coin ones are gone. Never mind. This is basically 6 points, 4 coins. Alright, do I want 2 for 1? So that's basically a coin for a point. I have 13 resources now and 3 priests, and I need 10. So right now I can build an extra dwelling. And yeah, I don't think I need this. Just dump all my workers, build a dwelling here, so it doesn't give anyone leech. I could maybe think about helping mermaids. Now this is a very interesting play. Because the advanced ship tile is also pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, giants are out of dwellings. But I guess securing that hex is a good idea. Though they could have taken the gray one under it just as easily. Wait, how are they gonna... They need 4, 6, 5, 8. They need 5, 8 to do all that, so I don't think they get another town. Meaning I probably beat them for a second. Anyway, let's make 2 crappy coins this way. Bump this. That doesn't give giants enough. It gets them closer, though. And if you're declining, then there's no way you're getting a town there. You don't have fire 2, so you don't have cheap towns. I will decline 3 for 2. Actually, Giants had a chance at getting their town if they accept all this power, but they would have to lose 6 points of power, but they could get 8 to 11 points worth from a town. So, I don't know. Zoras is going to run away win with this, but the scores are going to be a lot lower than I thought they would be. I was saying 165 for Zoras, 150 for me, 155 for me, but it looks like it's going to be more like a 140. Maybe Zoras still hits 160, but I'm going to be closer to 140, and Giants are going to be right on my tail. What I'm really missing is that second town. If I get a second town, then my game's a lot better. But yeah, can only blame myself for the misplays. Terra Mystica being perfect information, you just have to get on everyone else's line of thinking, analyze other people's boards. I don't think I want this still. It's an interesting temple build. My biggest misplay. I think it's more like a long-term view of not carving out the hexes I need for my second town. So in that sense, being too aggressive, spending my priests on this random gray dig. If I set myself up better to dig at least this one black, for example. One could argue that my biggest misplay is placing an opening dwelling here instead of here. Just because this let halflings... Otherwise, they control the center of the map, which is good for them, but I don't give them leech from this black hex, and I cut off a town here for them. So it could be my opening settlement not going here and going in the center instead, or it could be one of the many ways I didn't carve out space for a second town for myself, either not securing the South Island fast enough, or not securing the North Island fast enough, or not building a bridge here in round 5. That would be the latest big mistake I made, is not building a bridge in round 5, taking a priest instead, advancing ship here. You could also argue that my biggest mistake is advancing shipping twice when I wasn't going to win any network points. So there's a lot of things I think I could have done better with more foresight, but not to be. Zoras took 8-point town and cults. So he is looking to make 3 towns. He will need 2, 3, 3, 5. 3 workers, 5 coins, and he has that. The other cult town is available too. Yeah, of course. Happy to give the insight. Hey, Sid. Welcome to this very suspicious, possibly third place Darklings game. Let's see. I need these points. It was auction. The auction it finished extremely quickly to my great surprise and probably Zoras' great surprise. Darklings, Halflings, Mermaids, Giants in a round 4 digs game. So Darklings are ostensibly sandwiched, but it doesn't really matter for Darklings because they have so many places on the map they're okay with going to. I butchered that. But I got Darklings for 22, which is only minus 8 points. Halflings went for minus 9 points, even though it was round 4 digs and Dwellings round 5. really confusing that Darklings didn't get bid down to at least 15 and Halflings closer to 10. Yeah, Giants, even though they're on a perfect spot in the color wheel when the other three colors are blue, black, or blue, black, brown, the Giants care a bit less about the color wheel. They have gotten the double dig power action like 3 or 4 times, which is really nice for them because they use that in conjunction with their stronghold ability, and they basically take whatever hexes they want. Giants now taking 3 for 2 is a bit late. They should have taken a couple of them earlier and they'd be able to finish their town, but they currently have 3 coins worth and need 8. Mermaids take 11 points with their town. Fair enough. They don't really benefit from the cults. Low coin game. So we had Temples round 2 and Spades round 4, and both of those come with the cult bumps. 3 of us got 4 coins from round 2, and in round 4, like I got 10 coins and Zoras got 7 or something like that. What was really shocking was in round 6 here, the 6th action of round 6 was the 7 coins power action. Mermaids passed on it twice. Zoras got it with his 2nd action. That's the game-winning action. That just like clinches it. Giants passed on it, I think, to double dig. So that's something you'll see as you get higher and higher on the ladders with rankings, is that the 7 coins power action is extremely critical. I'm really surprised that... I should correct myself. Mermaids didn't pass on it the first time. They just didn't have enough power. Yeah, but then they got enough power with sending a priest with their first action and then just declined to take it on their second action. Pretty shocking, if you ask me. Okay, so I am doing the very sad workers to coins conversion, which you really don't want to ever do. Like, this is the economy killing action. Don't do it if you can avoid it. I just don't really need to use my workers for much here, so... I will be passing for 8 points. I do currently have... Yeah, I'll be doing it. I'm actually going to be converting like 4 or 5 workers to coins. And I agree that round 6 is the only time, but it's still sad. Zoras and I were both able to take Earth 2 as our first favor in round 1 and get Earth 1 in round 2, which was really nice, because Mermaids took a mysterious water 1 with their first favor, and I think that was a mistake. They did score 15 points off of it, but they'd get a similar number from Earth 1, I guess, because they had a few dwellings out already. It was just unexpected. They got the 2 power from it, and they eventually got water 10. There was double water bonuses, so I see what their idea was. Leon declines the power from me, and is now 1 power short of getting another ship advance? That doesn't seem good. Or is just planning to build here. The network scoring will matter for him. Zoras built a dwelling down here. So I will build a dwelling, and I have 1 more priest, so I can send it to fire, perhaps, to get 1 bump, and... Then I'd have a worker left, but that doesn't really matter. Okay. Right, I'm not sure. Because so right now my fire value is 4 points, but if I get overtaken by both of them, then it becomes 0 points. Giants could... No, they can't take fire too. But they have nowhere else they'd rather spend their priest. And Zoras has an extra priest as well that also doesn't do anything. His priest is 1 point if he turns it into a worker raw conversion. And he needs to build a temple or a trading post, and he barely has enough for shipping. So he has no other place to spend that priest. So they both are going to spend it here, putting my fire points to 2. And I can take 2 points for myself, get 2 power, and knock them both down 1. So that's the more likely situation here. Either way, this is a right move. I don't see how either of them get 2 steps on fire. So I expect my last priest will go to fire. And I'm 3 single leeches away from a point of resources at the end, so that's probably not happening. There's no hex I can disrupt either, really, so that would be the other way to knock people down points, by spending my priest for a dig. So yeah, this is a very underwhelming game for me. So it's going to be 103 plus 8 on the pass is 111, plus 0 network plus 18 cult is 129. 129 darklings in a round 4 dig. I did stuff wrong. Like, I just did stuff wrong. Definitely needed 2 towns that gets me to 140-ish. But still, that's not great either. Like, I need to reconsider my life choices, I think. They don't really have issues. They're connected. Giants are at 14 network if they connect. Oh, but they're not connecting. What? What? Whoa, Giants aren't connecting. They're at 10. I'm at 10. I'm getting 3 network points. That's fortunate. But that means halflings run away with network, I think. Mermaids 5, 9, 12, 13. Or maybe they split 15 each, but 15, 15, 3, 3 is a better split for me than I expected. Okay, so they both have a random priest hanging out. I decline this and send a priesto to Fyro. Uh-oh. I'm dropping frames and disconnected. Sorry about that. Looks like I dropped a lot of frames there. Should be back now. Frame dropping seems to be settling down a bit. Bad internet. Bad internet. So with Giants not connecting, I will easily get second place. Yep. Giants didn't have anything better to do. Nor halflings. Oh, I should have free converted that. I don't have another way to get... Well, I guess this way is slightly better. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. Zoras is going to have a pretty clean win here. I would think. He has a cult bump left in his supply. Oh, yeah. Just noticed that. So setting my priest to fire was quite necessary. I would have gone from 4 to 1 points. Yeah, this is a little rough. Didn't really expect Giants to go west with their second starting settlement. That's not usual. Yeah, it looks like 145, 146 for Zoras, if I'm counting this correctly. Oh, that dwelling is big. Make that closer to 150. No, I agree. Like, this is a lot lower scoring than I expected. Okay, he had the 2 towns anyway. The bid was under 10 for both halflings and darklings, which means that their starting score was over 20. And 20 is like the non-bid starting score, so... Yeah, kind of crap for scoring. Oh, okay, that's insight I don't know. Giants games almost always make for low scores. Huh. Just because of all the disruption? Okay, yeah, disruption and fear of disruption. Makes sense. We all played to our elos here, which is kind of funny. Terra Mystica, very high skill game. Very fun to go head to head with Zoras. Yeah, he's super high ranked. All right, while Zoras replies here, I'm going to check on my remaining 2 league games, and indeed, this is a win that I have here. Did you pass? Yes, you did. I get to broadcast my win here. I get to dig 3 randomly for points, and then pass, and I win. So this is my second win in this Division 4 season. East Island is very bad. I think. Oh, hey, Mark. I'll respond in a sec. Yeah, I think mermaids were connected, right? Yeah, they were connected. Yeah, I mean the mermaids shipping was 7 points. Mark is a German board gamer. Uh, 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 all right, so what's happening here? Yeah, yeah. Am I playing another game? Maybe. I'll play Agricola off stream probably. Um, yeah, this is it. It's like very small deal whether you go for shipping advance or just the straight point town. It was about the same. Yeah, you should have been getting shipping earlier. And yeah, agrees that Earth One is a mistake. Hmm. I think my stream's on. Yeah, Water One is rarely okay. Thanks, Sid, for confirming. Um, oh, okay, cool. Well, welcome, Mark, to the stream. Um, of course, very happy to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. I just panicked, yeah. Water One definitely not the right first favor. Yeah, maybe if you get locked out, and maybe if you're Swarmlings. Um, I mean, Swarmlings regardless. Swarmlings can build tall, not go for network. They really like having big building pass tiles. And if they can just ping between the big building pass tiles, they don't need to take Earth One at all because they'll end with like 8 or 10 structures. Seen lots of mermaids starting with Water One. Interesting. Yeah. All right. So I'm sure this chat will continue a few minutes longer, but I think it's a good time to turn off the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope it was a fun time outside of Agricola World. I'm sure I'll be back in Agricola World plenty next week. I think I've been pretty happy doing this stream every weekday at noon Pacific time. So, yeah, I hope to see you all back here next week. Over the weekend, I might try to post some old Agricola games to YouTube that I didn't get to do a few months ago. So I think I have plenty of stuff to upload. All right, sounds good. For sure, Sandswall, thanks for checking in. And, oh, sorry, Sid. I mean, yeah, anything earlier I haven't been able to get up, and then anything later is bad for, like, Asians, I think. All right. Bye, everyone. Yeah, sure. I'll do some more TM of both types. All right. See you, everyone.